fishing, it's in my soul.
Welcome to the Salt Strong Podcast, disrupting fishing entertainment as you know it. Prepare to laugh. Prepare to get to know fishing legends in a whole new and unfiltered way. And on occasion, you might even learn a thing or two about fishing. Here's your host, Joe Simons. Like diamonds.
Smart Fishing Spots is getting even smarter. Smart Fishing Spots 2.0, whatever you want to call it. Hey, everybody, Joe Simons, Like Diamonds, back again here. And this is really going to be more of a quick public service announcement. Plus, I need your feedback. I want your feedback. I would love to hear how you think we can improve Smart Fishing Spots. First, let me just let the cat out of the bag. We are finally, after much deliberation, and many behind-the-scenes conversations and just looking at cost and all that, we are going forward and really all in. We've already been doing this for a little while. And now to the point we can kind of tell you is we are turning Smart Fishing Spots into a true native app. And if you don't know the difference, so right now it's what would be called a progressive web-based app. An app doesn't mean it has to be an app store. I think that's kind of the misconception. That was just something that got termed. And a lot of people think, oh, it's an app, it's in the app store. But that has nothing to do with whether it's an app or not. An app is just a web-based application. So a progressive web-based app is what Smart Fishing Spots is currently, meaning you go to a browser, either on your phone, on your desktop, tablet, whatever, and you have Smart Fishing Spots there. As long as there's any form of internet, you can use it as much as you want. It works great, etc. It's done a great job. There are some obviously pros to being, a native app. There's some cons as well, but we've kind of worked through a lot of those, and we're doing this for really one reason. We listen. We've heard from so many members and so many new members. We're getting 100 new members a day in the Insider Club a day. Isn't that crazy? It used to be like how many we get in a week, and now we're getting them at least sometimes it's 200 in a day. It's nuts. And the majority of them seem to be joining for either the tackle discounts or the Smart Fishing Spots. There's so much more that we do, but those are the two main reasons people seem to be joining the club. And the number one request, and even the confusion, just to be honest, when a new person joins that's looking for Smart Fishing Spots is, hey, I can't find this in the App Store on iTunes or Android, or how do I download this to my phone? There is a way to download the progressive web-based app to your phone, but it's still, let's just be honest, it's not as intuitive as going to the App Store where you download it like you normally would through either iTunes or Android, and then boo bam sham, it's there on your phone. You're logged in forever. You have access. Even when you don't have internet, you can still use bits and pieces of it. So that's a huge pro. Like if you're offshore fishing or in an area without, any internet, you can still use, and it will still cache all of the last things that you did. So you can still see all your spots. All that stuff will be there. Versus the web-based, you try to refresh that sucker when you're offshore, and you've kind of lost everything. So long story short, we are moving forward with the app. We are going to kind of put a big request out there for some help. And this will be only for Insider members, and you'll know a little bit more probably the next week or so. So just be on the lookout for an email from us, a really cool opportunity for you to be a part of it. And it's going to happen quicker than you can imagine, just because we've been really working on this all year long. And it's just been kind of bits and pieces of it, and now we're full on. We had to hire some people, some more developers, and we're now going for it, which is really cool. The other really exciting thing, the other thing that we've been listening to you on is, as it sits today, Smart Fishing Spots. We have all these different layers: oyster beds and seagrass, and the 3D underwater, and the 4K satellite. We got the sonar. We got them. We got all the marine charts. It's really, really in depth. It's literally everything you need in one place. You got all the weather. The only thing that was kind of tough to get was the tides. You basically had to, even though it was only one other window, it was still like going to a different site is kind of how it felt when you had to go find your tide station that was closest to you, and then look at what the tides are doing, look at the hour feeding level projections, look at the strike score that shows you the best, day to fish, etc. it was just too many steps. So we tried to remove all of it. In fact, we have removed all of it. I've seen the kind of the first iteration, the first demo of it. And so we've combined Smart Fishing Spots with our Smart Fishing Tides software. If you don't know the difference, Smart Fishing Spots is what you probably know. It reveals all the spots. The spots are now, we've added thousands here just recently, just FYI, if you haven't logged in a while, thousands from Texas to Florida up to Maryland. So that literally thousands have been added. We have about 5,000 more coming in here real soon. And so now they're starting to move around and change colors a whole lot more, even during a single day, not just a single week. It's really, really cool. So Smart Fishing Spots has all the different layers, the oyster beds, the seagrass, the marine charts. It's got the 3D underwater sonar. It's got the 4K satellite. We adding a couple things I can't share just yet, but a couple like next level features that is probably going to break the thing because so many new people are going to be coming in to see it. Top secret for now, but just know it'll be announced here in the next probably 45 to 50 days. So just be on the lookout for a huge announcement in terms of a new layer on a Smart Fishing Spot. So that's Smart Fishing Spots. Smart Fishing Tides, it's not just tides, but it has all the weather, the wind direction. And what made it really unique is the strike score. So it's only for inshore saltwater fish. It doesn't really work offshore. It doesn't work for bass fishing. It's really made, because there's a lot of things that do this, but they're kind of just general. Like it's for every fishing possible. And that's just Salooner stuff, right? That stuff has been around forever. We created our own proprietary strike score that brought in all the variables we know are important, not just Salooner activity, because that's just one piece of it. And if you're looking for the other pieces, we don't share that for obvious reasons. It's like the KFC recipe. It's top secret. And so we have our own kind of recipe, if you will, a bunch of different variables that are coming in that go out to 14 days. And we're getting new data in like every 15 to 30 minutes. And it's giving you a score between 1 and 10, 1 being horrible, 10 being the best. Like you better take the day off work and go fishing. And it's giving a score every day out to 14 days on every single tide station too in the entire country for inshore saltwater fishing. And it's just a great way to look real quick to say, all right, this should be a good day. Like all the variables, the wind, barometric pressure, the temperatures, everything's lining up to be a good day in this spot, in this one area around this tide station. So pretty cool. And it's incredibly accurate. Nothing's perfect. It's a forecast, right? But most of the other forecasts out there, once again, they're doing it for everything. I mean, you can't say this is going to be an epic day for bass fishing and for redfish just because of a Salooner table. There's a whole lot more that goes into it. And so that's the strike score. After that, in the Smart Fishing Tide software, after that, then it goes into hourly feeding level projections, which some is temperature-based, some is tide and current-based. There's a lot of different pieces to that one as well. And so it tells you, so now you got the day. So let's just say next Tuesday is a strike score of 8.2. So I got that. It's going to be a good day. And then it actually breaks down per hour on that day the best times for the most likely like strikes, because it's super early in the morning. Sometimes it might be at 11 in the afternoon when you might think, oh, I thought the bite was going to be really hot in the evening or in the morning. So it does change based on all the variables that are happening. It's really, really neat. And once again, very, very accurate. So all that being said, we're combining the two together in this new app so that let's just say you're on Smart Fishing Spots on our new app, which will be available in the next 60 days as well. So it will be happening. Let's just say by the end of October, we're going to have this thing ready to rock and be released if all goes well. You never know with apps, but that looks like it's going to be a safe bet. So when we have this and you have this in your hands, you're going to be able to see where you are on the map. Like you can drop a pin, whatever you want to do. It's going to automatically now pull up that tide station. So if it sees that you're here in this area of Bradenton or Corpus Christi, Texas, wherever it is, it's going to pull up the tide information for you. And right there on your screen, like imagine like a split screen, you can remove it anytime you want, but it's going to now automatically, instead of you having to go click 3 different places to find your tide station, then look at the strike score, then look at the hourly feeding projections and the wind, it's going to have everything there at the bottom of your screen. So as you move around, it's going to be pulling all this data in and giving you everything you possibly need right there on the screen without you having to click anything. It's sick. I mean, it is going to be next level in terms of saving you time and giving you all the data you need. So what I'd love to hear, if there's any other things besides turning into the app, which we're doing, merging Smart Fishing Spots and Smart Fishing Tides together, just making everything super intuitive and easy to find. We hired a UX person as user experience to really, and this is someone who's never used the app and going through saying, hey, why am I having to click this? Why can't this just be here? And do we really need this button here? No one seems to be using this. So they're removing some stuff, adding some stuff, and making everything so much easier to find and user friendly. So if there's anything that you would personally love to see in this new app, it's still going to be called Smart Fishing Spots. Smart Fishing Tides will just kind of morph into it. If there's anything that you would like to see personally, if there's any specific layers or anything you thought was confusing, you won't offend us. We are trying to put everything in here. We hear from you. Go to send an email, support@saltstrong.com if that's the way you want to do it. Or if you're watching this or listening to this on the blog in particular, that will go right to me. Just put it in the comments section on the actual saltstrong.com fishing tips. It's the blog. It's where this actual podcast will exist on our website. There's a comment area below every single one of the posts on our website, and boom, that'll literally come right to me. So I would love to hear your feedback on anything that we can do to better serve you as it relates to this time-saving app. And yes, it will be both on iTunes and Android. So regardless of what kind of phone you have, we will have your back on that. And we're looking at, let's just say by the end of October, it will be live and ready for you to use. There's going to be a little bit of testing. We're going to ask a few of you to be testers as well, a few of you insiders. And like before, it's only going to be available to insider members. So we're just trying to make your investment in this club a complete no-brainer. We're about to celebrate 50,000 members, and we should be hitting 50,000 members around that time that we're releasing this. So we'll probably do something really cool for that as well, just to recognize and reward all you amazing members. So if you haven't joined, join today. We will most likely be raising the price at some point here in the near future. I know we've talked about it. We've been hesitant just because of inflation, even though that's a reason we should raise it. It's also a reason we want to keep it where it is, because we know, money's tight on other areas. I mean, heck, my power bill's been the craziest it's ever been. There's all these little things that are negative. And so we're trying to be a positive light. And our promise to all of our members, it's right there in our little a promise and agreement for our current members, is once you're in as an insider member, and as long as you stay active, you're locked into that rate that you're paying for life. So even if we double the price next year, that you're still locked into your current price. Only new members have to pay that double price. So another reason to get in, lock in these all-time low rates while you can. And that's all found at saltstrong.com if you're not a current member. So stay tuned. It's going to be really, really excited. I'm really, really pumped for you to see this new app. It is going to make it so much faster, so much easier to use. Of course, it's cost us a pretty penny, which has been that's really been the hesitancy. I mean, there's a reason that companies like FishBrain and some of these other ones that don't even do what we're doing. But I mean, they've raised $30-40 million to get all this stuff done. It costs so much money. And so that's the part we've just trying to be really strategic on and make sure we're doing this the right way without going bankrupt on this amazing app. So appreciate you guys. Love you all. And definitely leave a comment and let us know what you think. Talk to you soon.
'Cause fishing, it's in my soul. It was pain.